One of the most successful weapons on the Ukrainian battlefield has reportedly been the next-generation anti-tank weapon NLAW. Utilizing a larger tube diameter and warhead, while still being a disposable rocket system. NLAW, developed by Sweden's Saab, weighs 27 pounds and has a combat range of 65 to 2,600 feet. Saab claims NLAW can defeat any modern main battle tank. Each missile costs around $40,000, but that is nowhere near as expensive as the tanks they are fired at. The NLAW is a light shoulder-fired weapon with excellent portability. It shoots a surprisingly powerful 150mm high-explosive anti-tank missile. The single-shape charge warhead of the NLAW has been designed to defeat modern MBTs pitted with explosive reactive armor. The NLAW can take out a tank or vehicle between 20 and 400 meters for moving targets, and up to 800 meters for stationary vehicles. Operators just have to look through the sight, line up the target, and hold for 3 to 5 seconds before firing. Then the predicted line of sight, inertial navigation and guidance system takes over and the rocket blasts out of the tube at 440 miles per hour. It is the only anti-tank missile in the world that has an inbuilt fire control computer that can track a moving vehicle and remain locked onto it, making a hit highly likely. Like the Javelin, the NLAW can target the top of a tank's turret where the armor is usually the weakest part. The NLAW is not designed to ever touch its target. The rocket flies above an enemy tank and detonates 1 meter above it, sending a powerful pressure wave down on the vehicle. While that might not sound very damaging for the tank, it's more than enough to pulp the crew inside. This approach allows the NLAW to target even vehicles that are completely hidden behind the cover. According to reports in the field, it seems to be working quite well against Russian tanks. They do have one drawback, however, and that is that they are one shot, one kill. Once the missile has left the weapon, the tube is disposable. An estimated 64 main battle tanks and 37 armored fighting vehicles have been destroyed by a range of weapons, but in particular British-supplied modern anti-tank weapons. The development of NLAW started in 1999 and has been in production since 2008. The missile has been optimized from the outset to combat tanks and other armored vehicles. The NLAW has been developed for the British and Swedish need for a weapon that gives individual soldiers the capability to combat a modern tank in all conflict situations and in all environments. The weapon is used by the majority of forces throughout the Swedish and British armies, and thereby constitutes an anti-tank complement to the existing light and crew-operated medium-range systems. The United States and its Western allies have sent thousands of Javelin anti-tank missiles and other assets to Ukraine in an effort to fortify these kinds of defenses. The NLAW is but one of many anti-tank weapons used in the conflict. Numerous different types of anti-tank weapons have been handed to Kiev, including Javelins and next-generation light anti-tank weapons, 84mm Carl Gustav recoilless rifle, Panzerfaust 3 light anti-tank weapon, miscellaneous anti-tank weapons. Have they made a difference in Ukraine? Although hard facts are difficult to confirm in such a fluid situation, it appears the supply of anti-tank weapons to Ukraine has caused significant damage to the Russian advance. Numerous videos of the targeted missiles being shot at Russian armor have appeared on social media. Even more pictures of destroyed tanks have circulated around the internet. Russia has the largest number of tanks in the world, although many of these are fairly old Soviet models. Ukraine claims to have destroyed 465 heavy vehicles, tanks, armored fighting vehicles, infantry fighting vehicles, armored personnel carriers, since the start of fighting. The NLAW is hailed as an extremely easy weapon to learn, taking barely an hour to master, giving a single soldier the ability to take out a main battle tank from up to 800 meters away. As one defense source put it, it turns the hunted into the hunters. With the fact they can be operated by 1 or 2 soldiers, they have significantly advanced ground combat, making tanks' previous dominance much reduced. The NLAW has many combat advantages, and infantry units do not have to change tactics that much. Regular Army Ukrainian soldiers can hide in bunkers, trenches, or in buildings to allow unsuspecting Russian tanks to enter a kill zone where they will catch fire from the anti-tank weapon. Many soldiers will likely opt to shoot from atop buildings or a better downward angle against Russian armored vehicles. Another advantage is that their ease of use can be taught to less experienced reserve territorial defense fighters.